Information about your company's assets is maintained in the Asset Master Table, which is found under Utility, Master Tables, Assets. And as in most of TMS, this is broken into tabs and sections. You have the List tab that shows your equipment, where you can search by a variety of criteria. And you can either select from the search box or double-click the asset. And the information is broken down into 3 sections: asset details, meters, and a cost summary. The asset details include the equipment ID, the make, the model, serial number, the year, the service date, the asset type, which is essentially an asset category that's defined in the codes table, which is covered in another video. But this essentially allows you to break down your assets into categories or into groups for reporting purposes. The next 5 fields, style, size, plate, location, and department, are alphanumeric fields, alphanumeric text fields, and they really can be used for a variety of reasons, really depending upon a specific asset or your own methodology. The size can be the collapsed overall height of the mast. It could be a trailer size. It could be a capacity plate rating. Plate could be load rating, capacity rating, license plate, really depending upon what you need to define in that specific asset. The general ledger account is the general ledger account assigned to that asset. The replacement cost is not a required field, nor are these, by the way. They're not required, but they're good to use. The replacement cost is not required, but it would be required if you want to generate an economical break-even point. And it needs that value, but it is not required for setting up the asset. Whether the asset is metered or non-metered, and any comments about that specific asset. You can add an image for every asset. And then also notice we have 2 buttons here to deactivate an asset or to move an asset. To deactivate an asset removes that asset from the work order drop-downs, reports, PM sheets, meter collection sheets, forms. That would be if you sold an asset, retired an asset, parked one, and you wanted to remove that from all those different windows. It does retain the history, which would be required. And you do have the ability to activate the asset again. And if you have multiple locations, moving an asset is a matter of simply clicking the Move Asset button, selecting which warehouse you'd like to move the asset to, and then click Move. It'll make it immediately available in the other warehouse, remove it from this warehouse, and it'll give those technicians the repair history and all the history on that truck really with the click of a button. The second section contains the meter information. You can assign up to 3 meters for each asset in the maintenance shop, and each meter can have up to 5 levels of service. The first 2 fields, current meter reading and true hours, are updated automatically anytime a work order is posted or anytime meter processing is performed. The last meter reading date, as well, is updated via the work order processing or the meter processing. If a work order is posted as a preventive maintenance work order with a PM service code, the system will update these next fields. So here's where we assign the PM service code, which is covered in the service codes video. So once you have your PM service code, you can assign that to a specific asset. In this case, we have a 250-hour or 90-day PM. So when a work order is posted, the system will, assuming it is a preventive maintenance work order with a PM service code, the system will take the current meter reading and the current date and update this last PM date and the last PM hours. And then based on the value of the service code, it will calculate when the next PM is due via date or by meter reading. And this can apply to meter 2 and 3 as well. There's a short video that covers the PM functions. You may want to watch that as well. That'll go into this a little bit more detail. And the last section is the cost summary. And this is just a snapshot for all of each asset that shows you the total labor hours on that truck to life, the labor cost, the parts cost, and then it breaks that parts and labor cost down to what was damage, warranty, normal wear and tear, preventive maintenance, or other. And as with all the tables in the maintenance shop, anytime a change is made to an asset, or actually to any record, it is tracked in the database. So we do know who makes changes. You'll know who makes changes to different records. And that is an overview of the asset master table. To add a new asset, it's simply a matter of clicking new and going through and filling out your information, adding an asset image if you have one, and then just clicking save. And that's the asset feature of the maintenance shop.